What you just saw was a leftist taking Tylenol while pregnant, according to the video, and saying that she would rather believe in science and not someone who has no medical background. Seeing things like this every day makes me believe more and more that the left are being brainwashed by the media, or there's a serious case of witchcraft going on, because you can't see the studies that this is dangerous to your baby and you still do stuff like this. And if you don't believe me, wait till the end of the video to hear of someone who took an overdose of Tylenol and is currently in the ICU with liver failure because she wanted to stick it to Donald Trump. Now, to show you the abundant hypocrisy of left-leaning media outlets like CNN, here's a list of headlines ranging from 2016 all the way up to 2020. In August 15, 2016, their headline read by Susan Scotty that acetaminophen, which is the primary ingredient for Tylenol, during pregnancy may increase risk of hyperactivity in kids. In October 30th, 2017, by the same author, study links acetaminophen in pregnancy to ADHD, but experts question results. And then someone else does an article on September 23rd, 2021, saying common painkiller, which is Tylenol, should be investigated for possible risks to developing fetuses, experts say. And then in 2025, September 23rd, we have Jen Christensen and Brenda Goodman and Meg Tyrrell joining forces against Trump to say Trump links autism to acetaminophen use during pregnancy despite decades of evidence it's safe. These guys are full of it. You know what? I'm done. I'm done trusting the mainstream media. I think this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Yes, all the lies about the super flu, all the lies about the election in 2020, all the lies about the censorship regime of the Biden administration, and all the smearing of Charlie Kirk didn't bring me to this point. It is the fact that they are selling poison wholesale to poison entire generations of kids with Tylenol because they're pushing this. And as we saw in the opening video, women out there are believing them over the CDC and the Department of Health simply because Trump is in office. We also find the same thing happening at Reuters. We have Reuters on November 22nd, 2013, saying too much Tylenol in pregnancy could affect development. And then there's a byline that says their children seemed to have poorer motor skills than kids whose mothers had taken the drug fewer times or not at all. Tylenol exposed kids also tended to start walking later, have poorer communication and language skills, and more behavior problems. And then in 2025, on September 23rd, they got the email saying it's time to smear Trump some more. And they said Trump links autism to Tylenol and vaccines, claims not backed by science. I've said it in the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to say it again. These people are evil, because when you have your own publication releasing headlines like this a few years back and then turning around to claim that the claims are not backed by science, after you did an article years ago, and for CNN, several articles warning about the use of Tylenol during pregnancy, and then because you hate this president so much, you want to put babies at risk, I can't help you. Now let's watch this story about this lady who overdosed on Tylenol, and she's in the ICU right now.
So it's about, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol and she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. And the guy got my phone number from somebody. Somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants in my gym trying to work out. And she's going to die. It's going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the three most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so I don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby. And the baby may not survive. Baby's going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive.
This is a tragic story, and this is not a time to gloat. It's a time to really be worried about what's going on in the minds of thousands and thousands of people out there who have been programmed to hate Trump, believe that everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie, and they hate him so much that they'll put themselves at risk by doing very risky things like we just heard. Well, let me know what you think of this story. And if you've heard other stories like this, let me know in the comment section below. If you've watched this long, I consider you a super fan. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video and donating to the video by using the super thank feature. Please consider joining the membership. It helps us stay independent. Use the links in the description below and in the pinned comments to figure out which package you would like to join on, because it helps out a whole lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.